watching episode 3 of League Podcast Sell It Now. Now. So I don't know if you knew this, Clay. By the way, I'm Matt Dursin.
Hi, Lat. Clay Inferno here. You may know me
Today,
from other videos that we've just
right,
started recording here on the channel.
that's right. So I don't know if you knew this, but today is, in fact, a very special day, National Old Stuff Day. And so
National
that's what
Old
we're going to
Stuff
be
Day.
today.
Wow. I
As
didn't
we
know there was
record
such a
this,
thing.
today is National Old Stuff Day. As we record this, Wednesday, March 2nd, National Old Stuff Day, when people across the country
Wow.
clean out their closets and garages, rediscover old treasures, and declutter their lives. Just in time for spring cleaning. National Old Stuff Day is a great opportunity to devote a day to tend to your closet, garage, attic, and other cluttered spaces that don't get a lot of attention.
That's definitely part of the reason that I am always talking to you about things is because I need to get stuff out of my life. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. Yes, yes, as
And
we are doing right now.
yeah. And what is that book that I read? It's All Too Much, An Easy Plan for Living a Richer Life with Less Stuff by Peter
Oh,
Walsh. That's something we can link to. But also, I did this great live podcast back in January with there's a podcast called The Minimalists. And they were
yeah.
very cool guys, and I'm very inspired by them. They always said something which is like, it's not about getting rid of everything and living like a monk. It's just the stuff around you should make you happy. The stuff around you should be good stuff. And you're entrepreneurial way more than I am, so that you look at stuff and you're like, what can I get for that? I'm like, how can I quickly
Mm.
throw that away and never have to see it again? So,
Well, I guess you could call it entrepreneurial, but it's also something because it I almost think that about everything, even stuff that I still might want. I'm like, well, could I get money for that? But whatever. Because it's Old Stuff Day, I went to my parents' house a few days ago and I found some old stuff. And so we're going to start off with a couple of
wow.
things here. I'm going to save the best for last. One of the things I found was one of our favorite movies, Evil Dead 2 on
Wow.
VHS. VHS copy. This is the collector's edition, widescreen in what they call a clamshell
Oh,
case.
yeah.
You remember these?
I
Oh
do,
God, I
yeah.
can't even. There it is. You remember these? So I'm not sure. I mean, I think it's probably a couple bucks. It's obviously not, it hasn't been used in a long time. I haven't watched it. I don't have anything to watch it on. I'll probably
I
maybe try to find a VCR that I can pop it
actually
in
have
for.
a VCR here. I could digitize it
Oh,
for you.
no, I mean, I don't want. I just want to be able to play it just to see if it doesn't, as long as the tape doesn't just come off the spools or something, because that VHS would age rather poorly. So I don't know. I'm going to do a quick eBay and see if Evil Dead. I think I was watching it, but I'll just type it in. Evil Dead 2 VHS. A clamshell. There are different kinds of as a former video store employee.
Well, wait, I have a question. Isn't it just generic? Didn't they just take blank ones and take the box that it came in and put it in the clamshell?
I don't, I don't know, maybe, but I mean that's what we did at my video store, but I don't know what these people. So, um, 6.99.
Is it worth your time?
5.49. It probably is. It says Evil Dead 1 and 2. $75. Those are sealed.
Wow.
So that's the difference. Sealed. But it's probably worth my time. It's $6. Why not? I'll you know what I'm going to do? Here's what I'm going to do too. Something that I should have been talking. Here's an eBay hack for something as light and not problematic for as far as shipping goes. Just give them free shipping, like a single VHS tape, because sometimes that gets people
Nice.
thinking. VHS tapes and all that stuff. I got a couple more here, and this one near and dear to my heart. is the Disney Robin Hood, animated Robin Hood.
Robin Hood, Outlaw of the 21st Century.
Yeah, of course, you know it. Everyone who follows along with us knows I did a comic book called Robin Hood Outlaw of the 21st Century. So I bought the, these guys come in the old VHS tapes. Same deal, you know, in the old case and everything. It's about halfway through. It looks like I didn't even finish it. I think my nephews as children might have watched this. Robin Hood, even though it's Disney, I don't think it's worth a lot of money. It's not like the Little Mermaid or something, you know, one of those things. But like, if a lot of Disney stuff, though, it's probably worth your time because people like their Disney stuff.
Didn't Disney just only put out sort of like one of those a year, like for Christmas or something?
Yeah, they had different strategies.
So it's like you have to, like, you know, a collector might want to have all of the 80s and 90s Disney clamshells.
It's true. And this is the Masterpiece Collection, whatever that meant. The movie is a masterpiece, but I mean, it's not like the famous Little Mermaid with the phallic castle in the background, if you remember that. Do you remember that one? So it's not that, but a lot of Disney stuff is worth something. In fact, I'm gonna switch on over here and see what we can do. I've already listed this one. Hasn't had any bids yet, but let's see what people were getting for it. There's different versions. This black one, $24.99. This one that I have, it was listed at $14.95, and someone took it's sealed. Someone took the best offer on that. You probably could have gotten more.
Ooh, what if you had a sealed one? Wow.
As we like to say, we'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell. None of these. The copy with Robin Hood with the bow is not really there's one, $10. Sealed again. Wow, a lot of people didn't open these. I don't know. It's a great movie, but if you really want to watch it, it's on Disney Plus. All right, so here we go. This is we were talking about sealed and what if you said imagine if you have a sealed one. Well, I don't have to imagine it because this is a sealed copy of G.I. Joe the movie with
Get Out of Town,
made by, story consultant, our friend Buzz Dixon, who we interviewed on the podcast.
That's right.
Go back and listen to that episode. Sunbow, the movie that
and
never
Flint
made
Dille had nothing
theaters.
to do. He had nothing to do with that, but Buzz did.
Yeah. Buzz did. I mean, Flint, I think, was still working for Sunbow at the time, so he was in it, but he wasn't really a G.I. Joe guy as much as Buzz was. But you can go back and listen to our Flint Dille episodes. You have two of them, in fact.
Listen to all of them.
Yeah, listen to all of our podcasts, please. But this is sealed so much. I didn't even take the price tag off. $10.99.
Well, let's crack that bad baby open and see what's inside.
No way. I don't know where I got this. I don't know why I never opened it. I don't know if it was a gag gift by somebody.
Wow.
And I just
gag gift.
Watched it. Well, I know it's hard to say that.
That would be a hell of a gag gift for either you or me or John. Like, I got you this funny joke thing, and be like, thank you for giving me this thing that I really want.
Yeah, now
I would not be able to part with that. You know that. That would stay forever sealed in my house.
You would just keep a sealed VHS? All right, well, hey, to each his own. But
like you said,
I look for, if you would like to buy it, Clay, it is on eBay right now. Let's go to the videotape. G.I. Joe the movie. This isn't the exact one that I have, but it's it's sold for $510.
Get out of town.
This is the one I was looking for, $152.49. That's a little more, that's a little more like, okay,
Why does it say Don Johnson?
Because he was the voice of Falcon. You didn't know that?
Yeah, I'm more of a comic guy.
Oh, so you saw this movie, right?
Yeah, but I don't really remember it as much as I remember watching episodes. I've maybe seen it once or twice.
Well, here's another one, $49.99, $260. This one's not deal. Even. Oh, it is sealed. Yeah, because I looked up sealed. I mean, so
Wow.
This is what I'm talking. You can't. I mean, yeah. If it was like $5, I'd probably keep it. Just like you said, for the GI Joe of it all. I can't turn
Right.
down possible like hundreds of dollars, whatever. However.
This is like this is really what Gary Vaynerchuk is always talking about. You're gonna find like a diamond in the rough. Think of all the stuff that's at your parents' house, and you
I
know that there's got
know.
to be stuff there that's worth money. I actually had, since my dad moved, I have all of my childhood things, and I've probably already gone through it and seen if we could sell any of the stuff of that could be valuable. But yeah, think of all the stuff you probably have, and this is just one thing. Kind of stumbled across the same thing with Paul the Walrus.
Exactly. Yeah, Paul the Walrus. And if you note behind you, Clay, there were no Doctor Who books, or at the very least, fewer Doctor Who books, because after our
There are
last episode, we
definitely.
did.
I held on to a couple of hardcover books that I did not show on the show. But I kept a couple of, for the Doctor Who of it all, I did keep a couple of mementos that came along with those.
Here, let's just go. Because I want everyone to see the proof of some of the stuff. There it is, right there, the top one, vintage Doctor Who lot, 25 books, $57. Eight
Wow.
bids, $57.
We're just a couple of
And
jokers sitting around talking about how we could do this. So we did do it.
it happened.
It
57
happened.
bucks. I know that's not like, that's not the it's not like life-changing money, but it's
I didn't
$57
pay
that you didn't
anything
have.
for them. Somebody gave them to
Exactly.
us, and we are a good caretaker of them because even if I sold them, they would have ended up in the trash or something, probably, right? So I did do something good with them.
Yeah, you got
Excellent
them in the
condition.
hands of somebody who wants it. The other two, so we had three lots. This is lot one. Lot two is for
It's
sale
like a
right
British
now.
thing too. Hey, what are you
It
lot
is
over there doing? What are you doing over there, you lot? What's lot two
well,
doing?
it does sound like a fancy auction thing. Like lot number one. So lot number two and three are listed right now. They're both. I won't say anything. I don't know where they're going to end up. They're in double figures right now, so they will sell.
Why won't you show them to us?
All right, I can show, I can show them
I
to you.
don't know why would
Sorry,
be.
I didn't want to. Make it all like
I
I didn't.
have
I wanted to keep everybody in suspense.
I have no expectations here. So if it's
Okay,
for a
let
dollar
me.
even, then
Here we go. Active listing. Here we go. Vintage lot, Doctor Who, lot of
hey, you
13
lot.
books, 13.50 for the 13
So
books.
that's like a buck a piece, buck a book. Remember that
Basically,
place?
here's the same thing. 19, I do remember Buck a Book, of course. Here it is, 19 books,
Oh yeah,
1950.
Dick's Hulk's dick.
Dick's Hulk. Here's the funny thing here. I wanted. I suppose this is okay. I don't think if this is
I
against
could
the
always do
laws
the
or anything. But
I could always do the like either pixelation or like
yeah,
blur it out like it's a criminal if there's anything we don't want to see.
sure. Well, the thing is, I think it's funny. So if you can look at the people who have bid and on the two auctions, they're the same people. So I hope they get into a nice
Neat.
bidding war and
Ah,
yeah, and just go after each other here. And that's what you hope for on eBay is you try to get some interested people. Like it's kind of funny because I do the traditional 7 day auctions. Nobody really bids until like the last couple days usually, or
right.
the last couple hours sometimes. So you know, I know it's only at 1350 and 1950 right now, but they've got a lot of watchers. And this is the thing you got to look at sometimes. We got 9 watchers on this one, 8 watchers on this one, 141 views and
So that's just like
76 views.
search results or whatever.
That's just people clicking on it. So this one has 4 days left. This one has 2 days left. So it's been listed for like, almost 5 days. It's got more views,
Cool.
but they're going to get more views. So hopefully by the end of this thing, in the next 2 days, in the next 4 days, these watchers turn into bidders, and
I'm an
that's
eBay
what you want.
watcher. You want eBay watchers.
You
You did
do.
very
You
well.
want watchers, and you want bidders.
It definitely was my fault there. I said something about I had the three groups of books, but then so my logic when I went into listing the books and sending you the pictures was there was a bunch of books that had no numbers on them at all. Right? That was
Mhm.
the lot that sold was just they didn't
Right.
have numbers. And then there was like approximately between 1 and 100. So I broke those up like equally
Mm.
because I didn't have 100 books. I had whatever 44 of them.
Right.
So yeah,
Right.
that's how I like broke them up. So I was like, so like 1 to 50 is like one lot, and then like 51 to 91 was the other one. But yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't know how else to
makes
do it.
sense.
I just wanted to
Well, yeah,
break it
because we
down.
don't know anything about these actual. This is kind of the thing too in eBay. Like if when I'm selling comics, I know generally, usually, like, well, I bought these, so I know like what I've got. But these were just given to you. We don't know which books people are looking for. We don't
It's
know,
it's got to be somebody
So
that wants to look on their bookshelf and see 1 to 100, and then on the next shelf is
sure.
all the ones that don't have. A couple of them were a different publisher. I noticed, and they had like featured a different Doctor, like from the '80s or what. Like I know Doctor Who. I'm familiar with all the Doctors and whatnot, so I know like, oh, this is like the Tom Baker one. This is a Colin Baker one. Um, but yeah, so I was like, these are all probably great stories if I had the time or the inclination to read them, and I could probably get them on audio somewhere or something, or find the
Yeah,
PDF to these
maybe.
things somewhere if I really, really wanted to read it. There was the one that was Inferno. I wanted to hold on to that, but that's in one of the lots, and some lucky person will
Oh,
have it.
right, because you're Clay
Yeah,
Inferno.
yeah, but yeah, I can maybe. I know what the cover of the book looks like, so maybe next time I'm thrift shopping and I see them or out, I'll look for it.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, there's used bookstores and stuff. The funny thing is, like, yeah, there's always, it seems like with stuff like this, there's always like one or two that are like rare or whatever, hard to find kind
But
of
we don't
things. And it's
know.
like,
There's no
we
like
don't know
way to
which ones
tell.
they are, right? So we just throw them all up there. They got the pictures. So anybody who's really like a real collector can find it. And that's why you got to take good pictures. I mean, I listed a few of the titles like, oh, Doctor Who and the Mutants, or whatever.
Right, right. And
But
and
I
the
don't
you
know.
listed the authors.
Yeah, I listed the author. I don't know which author is the sought after ones. I don't know which book
Right,
is the rare one, whatever. But sometimes
right,
it's good because you have this kind of uh, you know, ignorant seller. Like sometimes I like to pretend I'm an ignorant seller when I really know what I'm talking about. But sometimes people think they're going to take advantage of some dummy. But sometimes when you really don't know, just it's fine. Be honest and
yeah.
don't know. Don't
Well,
try to
I mean,
pretend.
people say some stuff behind your back. Like you're
No.
always like that Dursin is such an ignorant seller and stuff like that. Like I don't know. I didn't want to bring it up. It was like a little awkward that it came up now.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's fine. I hear the whispers, but sometimes you can like when you're really trying to sell, like, I, this is probably a little. I'll admit one of my tricks is like when you sell like a big box of comic books, right? And you're like, oh, I don't know, someone just left me these. You know what I mean? And you kind of
Right, right.
pretend like you don't know what you're talking about
I
when really you know that they're not worth a lot, maybe. So like you might be able to get someone's like, oh, I can get a diamond in the rough here. And I'm not playing that this time though. I'm giving you as much information. If you know Doctor Who and you know what you're looking for, there it is. So that's
somebody might
a
be a
better
Doctor Who fan that's like me too. That's like a more. You think comic book fans are bad? I mean, they've had Doctor Who conventions as long as they've had comic book conventions. Um,
yeah,
but like,
it's
there
true.
might be like a casual Doctor Who fan, or like I picture like a teenager that was like us, like getting into comics. They might just be looking for Doctor Who
That's right.
stuff, You know what I mean? They might just be
Yeah.
like, oh, look, I can get all of those. I really like short fiction, paperback fiction, and Doctor Who. So maybe that's how they come across it. I guess you never
Maybe.
know.
Maybe. I hope. Well, you never know. Whoever it is probably a fan, so I'm glad they're going to get their hands on it. Hopefully, they'll pay a little bit of money.
Oh, I
As
have a
far as some of these
question.
other things, oh please.
So do you list it so that like I'm only thinking of this because it's Doctor Who, but it's kind of a logical thing to ask too. Would you ship this to the UK? Do you turn on international shipping? Like, what do you do with that?
Yeah, I almost always do global shipping because it just opens up, the world to,
The
you know,
marketplace.
right. Like, but they have to pay more. I mean, it's all part of the.
Mm.
And I think most international, like I said earlier about the free shipping on the VHS, never do that for international big stuff or whatever. Like I always just say free US shipping. I make sure to mention that because you don't want someone, yeah, from the UK being like, great, free shipping. And then or even I've definitely done it by accident too, where I, said free shipping and then, didn't change that. So I ended up shipping it to someone overseas and paying an arm and a leg. So it's eBay has it, set up pretty good now where you don't have to worry as much about that stuff. As long as you kind of know the weight and whatever, you can do it. It used to be harder, but now eBay's got it kind of make it easier for people so they don't have to.
How'd you figure out the weight?
People, I mean, I do have a scale. I don't really break that out very much. I mean, it's like under 2 pounds or above. You know what I mean? You know what it is. Or for the books we sold already, it's media mail. So media mail is cheap. It takes longer, but it used to be called book rate, but now it's called media mail. And
Yeah,
that's up to like right. Not that anybody, I don't know when anybody, probably nobody ships media mail anymore, but I mean, you can. It's like that's up to like a certain whatever the weight is. It's a lot, so you don't really have to worry about it. As long as it's media mail,
nice.
and it's not actually not media mail because they can check that to make sure you're not trying to ship something cheaper than it actually is. But we are shipping books.
Perishable batteries, whatever, like when
right, whatever
the post office
liquid, perishable, potentially hazardous.
Right, that's it. Yeah.
I never talk to people at the post office anymore. I always print my labels out beforehand, tape it to the thing, put it in the. I never talk to people. It's ridiculous.
Well, you send me to the post office plenty.
Well, but you don't have to. I'd send you the label.
Sometimes I have to still go up, and I feel better if I hand it to them. But usually, if I go to the post office, I might be doing something else there too, like doing your thing and something else.
My thing, it's your thing. Usually, you're shipping your own stuff.
Your label. That's what I meant.
My label, right? Well, that's the thing. You pay for the label.
We have a whole system working out here.
Right, we have a system.
We have a thing, and I don't mind. I really don't.
No, it's pretty cool. Like now you can. I email you the PDF. People who say like, "Oh, it's too much of a pain. I don't want to do all that." I mean, it's a pain
when you don't have. This is silly. My printer ran out of ink, and I bought some ink, but it was the wrong ink. So like, I'm either gonna have to return it or sell the ink on eBay, saying I just opened the box, it's brand new, or whatever. But or I'll probably just forget about it. But anyway, so
a lot of people buy ink.
I figured people buy ink, so
yeah,
I already paid like $25 for it or whatever, but I immediately bought the right ink. But for that one label for the Doctor Who books, I had to send it to Staples. Again, not a big deal, but like, and the Staples printing is so cheap; it's like 16 cents. So like, 16 cents. I
used to do that
for just one sheet to be printed out, and I'm like picking up a print order, and then they like try to like, there's like a receipt, another piece of paper, like paper clipped
I
to it,
know.
and like all this waste. You know what I mean? Just waste.
It
And
is.
if I
It's a
asked,
waste.
they would have put it in a bag probably. It was just like
Right.
no, and that,
More waste.
but Staples was able to just take the shipment there. Like I just gave it to
Oh,
them when I got there because I
that
thought
is
I was
good.
gonna have to make another trip.
Oh no, that's perfect. I used to do a while ago before I bought myself a printer. I used to bring like a flash drive, and they have those things. I guess this was Kinko's, FedEx Kinko's. It
Yeah,
wasn't Staples, but same thing. So they have those machines where you can put your flash drive in and you can print them out yourself. So it is less. So you
yeah.
don't get the receipt and the bag and the clip and all that stuff. So I mean, you just print it out yourself. And I think it was like, again, it was like 9 cents or something like that.
Yeah,
But
it's just well, I used to work at a Kinko's. Plus, I used to have a little
right.
card that you use just at Kinko's for logging into the computer and printing stuff out. I used to do shit like that all the time, printing out show flyers and whatnot. Now I
Hmm.
don't. Now we don't print as many flyers for shows, and I have to print out stuff like for my taxes or this thing, and I have my portable printer for the shows anyway. So, but yeah,
I love your portable printer.
had I not, run out of ink, I would have been all set and just done it at home. But either way, I don't mind because then I just,
Yeah.
it was easy.
And you get $57. I mean, how much? I mean, I don't know. This is just my thing with everybody I talk to is like, it's too much. You know what I mean? Like,
It's kind of a lot like that book. It's all too much. Like emotionally, it can be a lot if you're looking at a box of stuff or a bin or a closet or in our case, an entire room. And like you
right.
just kind of look at it and you're just like, oh my God, like I don't even know where to start here. You know what I mean? And I can
Yeah.
sort stuff out in little bit of chunks at a time, but other than that, it's easy to just shut the door. You
Well,
know what I
that's
mean?
true. And if you want, it's easy for you throw it away. That's fine. But I look at sometimes I look at that stuff and go, ooh, like dollar signs.
But
So
like that's why
it's just
always extending like what one these days now that we're coming out of the pandemic and it's going to be nice out soon. It's like just come over here and I'll show you what I have, and then we could like,
sure.
oh look, there's the treasures in that box over there. I know there is, and just like be like, have you look at it with new eyes because to me it's just like a kind of like an emotional weight on my shoulder. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll do anything to lift your weight.
Oh,
But
thanks,
I
pal.
I think that's all we got. That's all I got. I'm glad I got this. I will let you know next episode how the GI Joe sells because that's the big one I'm hoping for. So
And
and
what's
we'll
funny
probably have
is
a
that we kind of like this is a great show idea, but like I would say that the sort of the luck we're having already with just trying to maybe just because your eyes are open, you find like more things that you're like looking for.
yeah, maybe.
Not that we're either one of us isn't necessarily doing it just to like create content and like put the show out, but this show is definitely like way it's way different than the other stuff we do, but it's like a natural extension of it, and it's like
Right.
it's pretty easy to do, and who knows, maybe we'll help other people make some money because we've already
Well,
had like
yeah.
Ken Reed was like, will you guys come over to my house and look at my stuff? That guy's got a lot of stuff. You know
I'm
what I
sure he
mean?
has a lot of stuff. Well, yeah, that I guess that's the hope is someone will look at this and go, "Hey, wait, I have that, or I have something like that," or they'll look at their Beanie Baby tags and see if they have an error or whatever, and
Right? Yeah,
yeah, maybe they'll get some money.
I showed Stacy the misprint. I was like, look, yeah. So if you look there, you have to see that there's like an extra space before the exclamation point, and she's like, oh yeah, but it does really takes you a little while to like focus in on it. How would anyone even notice that?
I mean, we probably would have sold it for a few bucks, not knowing, or not sold it at all because we figured, that's not worth anything. But now we know, and I haven't listed it yet, but I will, and we'll know. We'll let you
Now,
know. Now I'll list it. Sometimes timing is everything too. You don't always want to list stuff at like 10 o'clock in the morning because you want those final hours to be at a time when people are like home and not busy and can just sit and do nothing but bid on things on eBay.
Ah,
So
yes, the old.
that's
This is what I do all day for work, or I don't even really know what I do for work, but always trying to figure out when's the best time to send the email where they're going to open it, or when's
right.
the best time to send out a tweet where people will look at it, or like an Instagram post or whatever. Like you want to kind of have it. You don't want to send it like at 3 in the morning, but maybe you
Right.
do want to do it a little bit later in the day for bids. I'm not even really sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, because there's obviously, if we're doing international and or whatever, and the people on the West Coast and East, different coasts and everything, the time zones, but you just want to make it like, generally a kind of general good time. Like you said, 3 in the morning. I don't know, maybe not. I was talking to a friend of mine who she just had a kid, and she's like, she breastfeeds all the time, so she's up at 3 in the morning. So you know what I mean? If you
Yeah,
got something
right, right.
that the breastfeeding moms want, maybe you should list that at 3 in the morning because they might be awake. And she says she does nothing except, go around on her phone while her kid is
Scroll around.
breastfeeding. Yeah,
Nice.
so like maybe there's something there. I don't know. It depends on the item. It depends on where you are. So we'll figure it out. But we'll try to get some money.
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
We'll
See,
figure it out.
the money's great, but I'm a little bit more on the I need to get less clutter in my life, so I'll be happier. So
All right.
the combination of the two things is perfect because we might be able to make some
There you
money.
go.
I might be able to just like the book suggests, just throw some shit away because there's stuff that I have that I know isn't worth anything and doesn't bring value to my life at all. That immediately in the trash. But
Well,
that
that's
needs to be
another
sorted.
episode probably down the road where we should probably like talk about that too, because some stuff is not worth anything. So we'll get there.
Some
As
stuff
we
is
like to
not.
say,
Some stuff
yeah,
is not.
some
Well,
stuff is
very
not worth
well.
anything. Very well. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, check out our episodes that we plug some episodes. We plug Robin Hood Comic Book. Clay, we got some other YouTube stuff that you've been editing. We've got 2 episodes of Sell It Now. And yeah, don't forget, happy National Old Stuff Day.
Even if it's late, because you know what, people
Right.
they're not going to see this on National Old Stuff Day, but
Right.
it is that time of year that people start to clean out the closets.
Yeah,
Maybe they'll wait
that's
for the
right.
weekend.
Spring cleaning. But it'll be old. The holiday will be old. So you can
Yeah,
still
so
celebrate
get
old
rid
stuff.
of that. Yeah, get rid of that holiday. It's the old stuff.
Yeah.